Right.
Nice.
All right, let's get to the Royal Rumble. In the pre-show, you got Rusev and Nakamura because they just don't know what to do with them. So Rusev is the pre-show guy. At this stage of his career, he's so popular with the fans, but he's a pre-show guy.
Gets a good initial pop, I guess. So
I guess he's a warm-up act.
Yes.
And I like Rusev, but the whole demanding of Rusev becoming a huge thing, I never got. I think it's fun. I like Rusev. But, I mean, you go back to Royal Rumble, was it last year with the whole Philadelphia chanting Rusev Day, like insanity? Like they thought he was going to, they were chanting Rusev Day all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I'm glad they never gave in to that. Sometimes they should give in, but sometimes I don't think Rusev was the guy to give in on.
This is his good ceiling, though. It's still a nice place to be in. It's just expecting him to be champion. It's like, I don't know. Right, like WWE or Universal Champion. It's like, all right, guys, let's
likable United States champion.
Let's take a breath.
Worker. Yeah. Now, Nakamura is another guy too, where I feel like they don't. I think Nakamura has improved a lot on the mic. I think Nakamura as a character is terrific as a heel and all this stuff. I feel like he's kind of just lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Oh, there's an AEW possibility.
Agreed.
Let's see. How old is Nakamura? Let's see.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I was watching one of those What Culture videos where they had 10 people you forgot were in TNA, and they showed him in TNA for a short time. And I was like, oh my God, you wouldn't even recognize him. He looks so different. He was 30 pounds heavier, short hair, like a totally different dude.
Very different, yeah.
Yeah, you got Buddy Murphy taking on retaining his.
Nakamura's 38, by the way. So
he's just there for the paycheck now.
I think he's just getting security now.
He's 38. Yeah. No, I'm Nakamura's like, great. What time do I show up for work? That's
if you're gonna keep me in this position, probably.
Yeah. All right, you got Buddy Murphy defending his championship in a four-way match here. Hideo Itami, Akira Tozawa, and Kalisto. Buddy Murphy retains, period, end of story. Okay? All in there. Everyone's in. Everyone's good? Okay, great.
Nice.
Now, right now, the tag team championships for Raw are not due on this pay-per-view, correct?
I haven't heard anything as of recording time, so they might just wind up being in the Rumble, the two of them.
Okay, so if that's the case, then it's more to the bar's point of, if Raw's the main show and you've got the Bar and Miz and your kid wrestling, then why isn't the Revival wrestling? And that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally fair.
Well, they might play off the Kurt Hawkins rematch thing and make a. To
be honest with you, I would rather.
I'm not sure it needs it, but
yeah. To be honest with you, I would rather have put the Bar, Miz, and Shane, and I would rather have not have the Buddy Murphy match. To be honest, I understand why they want to put it in there. Murphy's had some really good matches. This one feels a little thrown together. Not a big fan.
It's extra fat on the card, I think. Yeah,
I would rather have Revival versus the Glorious Ones, and I'd rather have Revival win the belts. I'm like, let's give him the belts. Let's see what happens. Let's put it,
and start the Bobby Roode Chad Gable breakup that we're all waiting for. So.
Well, I don't want to start it that soon. I'd like to go back and forth with it a little bit, but it would be good to at least get that in there and let's do it. Let's go. Let's push it. If we're gonna push it, let's push it. Let's not half-ass push it. That being said,
and they still might announce it by the time Sunday comes. So
So the Bar versus Miz and Shane McMahon. My guess is the Bar retains. Miz and Shane have a breakup, and then you have Miz and Shane at WrestleMania, right?
I would think so.
Where we're going.
I hope. I would be better off with that as one of the non-stakes WrestleMania matches.
I'm waiting for Miz.
I don't want them to hold the tag titles.
I'm hoping this entire thing has all been a work of Miz going, "You're my friend. We're the best in the world," and all of it just been rage about how Shane stole the spotlight from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I think Miz is going to dust Shane McMahon here, and that's going to be the beginning of this feud that'll take you for the next 2 months.
And that's a good WrestleMania match for Shane too, because Miz will be, it's a nice, good, effective, safe type of match.
Miz will carry him through.
Yeah,
people like Shane, they'll go for that, and this whole, I think, putting that whole thing of this has all been just one giant master plan by the Miz to pretend to be Shane's friend and want to, the trophy means something and all this stuff, and him just being bitter about the whole thing. That would be fun. Ronda's going to retain against Sasha, but I expect this to be a good match.
Might be the sleeper of the card.
Possibly. I think you're right.
It's a stacked card, but
I'm hoping what this does is remind everybody how good Sasha Banks is.
It will.
Sasha's terrific. Go back and watch some of those old takeovers. Go back and watch some of her other earlier work. this is going to be a really good match for Sasha because she's going to be able to wrestle like a heel. And I think it's going to remind everybody, like, hey, she's good. And then you're going to have a lot of heat with her and a lot of popularity with her that when they go into Elimination Chamber, they're going to come out with those belts, and that'll be fun. Then it'll mean something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it would be great if somehow what a shocker that would be, and get Ronda in the Rumble. And then if you somehow had a thing where,
where Becky interferes on Ronda and she loses.
I mean, there's a lot of ways
fight for the title.
I mean, what a cluster that where Becky wins. If Becky beats Asuka and then Ronda's the one that nobody's expecting to have to go into the Rumble, and then she comes out and then she's got to choose: do I want revenge on Sasha or revenge on Becky? Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. That's against the book for sure.
Oh, it's totally against the book. It's never
which will be good. Which will be good, but
be super fun.
6% odds of that happening.
I think that's generous, Edie. I think 6% is generous. Okay. Asuka versus Becky Lynch. I
think Asuka retains.
I do too.
I have a plan. And I'm
okay,
sure
there you go. So I think Asuka retains too. I have a plan as well. It's probably the same plan because
same plan. I think.
Yeah. You've got Brock Lesnar defending against Finn Balor. I'm gonna die on this hill. Okay. Let's restart 2019 the right way. Get the belt back on the show. Everybody's been dying for Finn Balor to have his run with a Universal title because he got robbed of it. Everybody was behind him. Let's do this. Let's prove to the world that we really do give a crap. I know. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong.
No.
I am. I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. It's okay.
You have the right idea, but this is a prediction.
We'll see.
This is a prediction thing. 53% to 47%. I'm going Brock here. I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger. I would love to see that. I know
they're not going to pull the trigger. I'm trying to will it to happen in the universe. That's what
I will pop if Finn wins like crazy.
Exactly. We all will. The internet will pop. It will be the number one trending thing. Finn Balor beating Brock Lesnar will be the number one trending thing on Twitter. And I know how much I love that.
Yeah.
It'll be a big deal. And then what you've done is, holy crap, the Rumble now is completely wide open.
Yep.
Is it McIntyre? Is it Braun Strowman? Is it Rollins?
Yep.
Is it somebody we're not even expecting? It all of a sudden puts a huge spin on the Rumble where you are laser focused now. Okay, what way are they going to go now that Finn Balor's champ? That is huge. Daniel Bryan defending against AJ Styles. Retains. Yay! Fickle. I agree. But that might also be just hoping. So
AJ's going to fight a legend of some sort at WrestleMania. Or some great one-off match.
Well, there's a lot of Randy Orton, AJ Styles stuff floating around.
I heard that. I don't know how I feel about it. Probably not great.
I don't know about that. I think we're not giving those guys enough credit.
Well, if you want Styles and Almas instead of Almas and Ray.
Do I? Do I ever? More Skittles for me, please, Father.
Well, that's going to be
yeah. So let's do. We all know the women who are confirmed already because they rattled it off on Raw. It's every woman. Every woman in the company is in there. You'll get a couple surprises because they're still short like 8 gals. So my guess is Kairi Sane.
Yep.
So we might as well just guess the other one. So Kairi Sane, yes, right?
I would think so.
Trying to think of like who else you would want to throw in there from NXT. It's because I feel like there's gonna be 2 NXT.
Candice LeRae will be in there probably.
That's not a bad one. You're gonna go all the other women who are on the main roster, and then you'll get 1 or 2 member-berry people. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Molly Holly will get another run or somebody else like that who's a pro who could step in there and still do it. Somebody like that. It'll be fun. And that's good. It's good. It's good. The crowd gets a pop. All that stuff.
Maybe like Caitlyn will come back or something. Yeah,
that'd be nice. Throw her a little bone. That'd be fun. I'm all for that. Maybe Michelle McCool again for the millionth time because she's there anyway with her husband. Whatever. Confirmed for the men's Royal Rumble. You got Cena, Ambrose, Rollins, Samoa Joe, McIntyre, Kofi, Big E, Xavier Woods, Paul Cruz, Baron Corbin. Who, by the way, why is Baron Corbin still wrestling in slacks? Can anybody tell me why he's not going back to ring attire?
It's like the guys who show up to parties in varsity jackets. Same thing.
But like high school was 5 years ago.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Dude, you need to go back or get some new ring attire. Stop wrestling and dress. You got to stop wrestling in dressy casual.
Go back to goth again, man, or whatever.
Yeah, just something, anything. Anyway, because your music, it's like I am the darkness, I am your khaki,
right?
I am the guy. I like dockers, I am a lone wolf. No, you're not. You can't be a lone wolf in khakis.
It's like when Hot Topic gets a job on Wall Street.
Or even not even like the guy who worked at Hot Topic gets a job managing the Verizon store, the other like right across in the mall. Like
yes, there you go.
You just went right across next door. But I got all these clothes left over from Hot Topic. Elias, Jinder Mahal, Jeff Hardy, Bobby Lashley, Andrade, Mustafa Ali. Those are all the confirmed ones. So then you got who surprises. KO, I don't think is healthy enough to be in there. Neither is
Sammy. Might be though. They've been teasing it a little bit with the videos a couple weeks ago. So.
Yeah, I mean, and then of course you're gonna have your obligatory 2 NXT guys. Last year it was Almas and Adam Cole.
Yep.
This year I don't know. I'm not sure where they go with this. I think it would be awesome if it was Velveteen. I think the crowd would go nuts, and everybody knows he has no shot, and that's great.
Right.
But just to have the crowd, just to gauge a little bit and say, okay, because I feel like that's what you do. You took the temperature of the crowd with Adam Cole and Almas, and they went ballistic.
Mm-hmm.
And they were great in the Rumble, terrific. I think you take the temperature with Velveteen Dream and see just where you're at with this guy.
Well, he has been kind of playing the controversy on Twitter of like, oh, I'm not wrestling until we renew a contract, I think, or something. So that would be nice.
I mean, last time it was the NXT champion, it was at the time, it was Almas when he had the Royal Rumble and he went in last year. So that would be then Ciampa if things held true.
I don't know if they want to waste him. Not waste him, but just like I think I wouldn't think they'd mix that. I think the NXT champion Almas last year was he needed a little bit more exposure because he was kind of a newish champion at that point.
That's fair.
So yeah.
That's fair. And then you get Truth entering at number 30, which I don't think is going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Right. Like he's going to make a deal with somebody else. So I like your idea. Like he's going to change. He's going to trade with somebody for number 1.
Yep. Or enter the women's. I think that'd be funny.
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't even think of that because they never said it right. He's just number 30 in the Rumble, but then isn't Carmella? So how does that work?
Well, works into my plan later. We'll see.
Top hat Tim Heaney's got a plan. Well, we might as well get to it because we are here at the Final Four. So we're not really technically doing a list today. I know
we're not.
List. We're going to do our Final Four instead. So tell me, Tim Heaney, your men's Final Four, and give me the reason. Go ahead. Guest booker, top hat Tim Heaney. Go for it. Put the monocle on and go to work.
I think Aleister Black, if he loses, which I expect him to do, I think he will be a surprise entrant. Maybe not number 3 because they've kind of had
I think that's EC3 there, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's another guy.
You would think, yeah.
There, I think EC3 number 3. Crowd pops, everyone's happy.
Yeah, well, there you go. I think we just booked that.
Boom, booked.
I think Aleister Black lasts till the Final Four, enters like middle of the Rumble, and everyone like gets freaked out by the music and all that stuff. It'll be fun.
Well, I mean, I love nothing would please me more. So who's your other 3 then?
Drew McIntyre because we are Drew fanboys on the show.
Hey, Drew McIntyre,
and they've been pushing him like crazy.
I like wrestling.
Yeah,
ultimately champion.
Yeah. Ultimately, could be bought by Bobby Lashley if they want.
If it's ultimately Bobby Lashley, I ultimately hate that.
It would be bad because I think keep the Intercontinental thing.
It's bad for business. Yeah, it's just there's nothing good can come of him being in the 4. Nothing.
Yeah. And I think Seth eliminates Dean to get the victory.
All right, so Seth eliminates Dean there. Okay, so Seth Rollins is your winner. All right, let's take through the Tim Heaney women's story because I'm dying to hear this one.
All right. Well, the 4th one I really had trouble deciding between Ember Moon.
Yes, I see that. You basically left.
Kairi Sane.
You listed 3 people on the sheet, and then you went 12 more girls for the 4th slot. That's not really choosing 4, Tim.
Well, I was choosing on the spot. I'll go with Ember as my 4th to be eliminated. I think you're going to have Nia Jax and Charlotte there as well. Because, they're the Golden Girls, I guess, for some reason, Nia is.
All right, well, I'm going to do spoiler because I have the same 4.
Okay.
So we can just kind of transition out, and then I'll do the men's for mine. So,
okay.
Continue on.
And the plan with Carmella at number 30, I don't think she's ever getting into the Rumble. Because I think Becky's going to take her spot at number 30 after losing.
Okay.
And, leaves her lying backstage or whatever. People wonder what happened, and then you hear her music come out at 30. And then
that would be fun.
Ends up winning. Because she's Stone Cold Becky Lynch.
Stone Cold Becky Lynch. Yeah, I mean that would be pretty good. That's some pretty good booking there. I like that. For me, I have the same 4. I have that thing where Becky comes out and punches out Nia Jax and eliminates her, and the crowd goes bananas. So my final, again, same way. So then you're left with Flair, you're left with Becky Lynch and Ember Moon. Ember goes, you have Flair and Becky, and the crowd's just going bananas here. And you have Becky win, and at the end, obviously, she goes for Ronda Rousey. Yeah, and that sets up what I think it has to happen to, which is Charlotte Asuka 2.0, which was really good the first time, and I'd like to happen again. I really don't want Charlotte in that match with Ronda and Becky. I really don't. I don't like the 3-way matches, but I feel like that's what they want, and they're going to find a way to do it.
I think Asuka getting her win back against Charlotte has to happen. So,
well, if that's the case, then that's also smart too, because you can have this double. I mean, that's a double women's main event there. That's tremendous. Mm-hmm. And if you put Charlotte in the match with Becky and Ronda, then who the hell are you putting in with Asuka?
Exactly.
There's nobody on SmackDown who's ready for that void. It's just not there.
And you're using the Elimination Chamber for the SmackDown for the women's tag titles. So
so that's already out.
You can't double that up. Yeah.
Right. And again, and that's because they know there's a void with Asuka. There's on SmackDown. There's nobody else there if it's not going to be Charlotte. So
exactly.
It's not Mandy. It's not Naomi. It's not, it's they're not going to all of a sudden move Nikki over there. I don't think they're going to do that right away. So it's tough. And the solution would be Shayna Baszler, but I don't think they're going to go that route.
I don't think they got to go there yet.
Now they could go Kyrie, which would be fascinating and outside the box. I just think it's a highly unlikely because you can't have those two cutting promos on each other yet. I just don't think either.
Yeah.
Nobody from a mic standpoint is going to be able to promote that properly.
And you have the history ingrained here. Culmination of WrestleMania for both of these matches. It's just spectacular. The 2 matches I would definitely most look forward to.
Right. Exactly. So, and I think you're right. Getting Asuka over so you can have make it a real thing here, like it's a real rivalry, because you don't have these rivalries anymore. Mm-hmm. You're missing out. All right. For me, here's my 4. Rollins, I'm with you with Rollins. You and I are in the same boat here. I have Andrade Cien Almas, or Andrade, because, WWE hates when foreigners have more than one name.
Tranquilo, Joe.
Tranquilo. I'm going to try to stay tranquilo. I hate the low-key racism sometimes, but I will try to stay tranquilo as best I can because Almas has been great. Almas is definitely going to be in this Final 4. I think he's my version of Black here, where I think they're just going to push him to the moon, and everyone's going to realize this dude is just – I feel like last year was we're pushing this guy. Mm-hmm. He was in the Rumble. This year it's look at the work he's doing since he's come in there. The match with Bryan, the match with Styles, the matches with Rey Mysterio he's had. To me, he's in there. Drew McIntyre, I think they're going to push to the sky too. They love Drew. Drew is in there without a doubt. Mine is, a lot of, you have Dean. Neither of us have Braun Strowman. No, I think both of us don't feel like he's going to make it there. Mm-hmm. I always feel like they want some
unexpected
dude. Yeah. My establishment dude is Randy Orton.
Okay. That's fair.
To me, that's my establishment dude. And I really feel like it's going to be Rollins and Almas at the end. And if you put Andrade and Rollins together for 5 minutes in that ring, the crowd's going to go bananas of them just fighting for that last spot. That would be just spectacular.
I like it.
And all of a sudden you're really freshening things up there. And everybody's like, well, can we really push Almas this fall? Like, could this happen? Like, could we really do? Like, no, we're probably not going to, but my goodness, this guy's really good. This guy's really good.
Yeah. I thought Almas lasted longer than he did in last year's Rumble. So I kind of wrote him off as like, maybe not the guy this year to do that, but he could be. So
yeah, I would like to, I think
he was limited 18th last year.
Dude, last 2 weeks, he's gotten massive airtime. And I think they know what they've got there, and it's something really special. It really is, and I would like to see it. It wouldn't shock me if it was Orton and Rollins at the end too, because they do like to have the establishment guy against the other guy. That's always been their MO in these things. Like, was it Cena last year?
Cena was in the Final 4 last year.
Cena was in the Final 4.
Yes, he was the third to last with
it was
Finn,
Cena,
Roman, and Nakamura.
And Roman Reigns, and Nakamura won.
Yeah.
And I feel like they like to mix that up. They like to have the establishment guy, which would be Orton. They like to have the oh my God, fanboying out guy, which at the time was Nakamura, and I think right now it's Andrade. And Rollins, who is the favorite, like Roman Reigns was. And I think that's where you go. And I do think Rollins, I think they want to push Rollins. Now, what would make this even more fascinating is if Finn won, when you get to that 4, nobody would know which way it would go.
No one can predict that. Yeah.
Because you could make a case for any of those 4 guys, I think.
And you separate the Universal, even if they had like a Finn Almas, have that like early in the card, something like that.
Oh my God. Whoa. Talk about bringing a house down.
Yeah.
That would be great. I mean, and I think they realize if the face of the company is now Ronda Rousey, which I have no problem with, I really don't, or Becky Lynch, basically. If you're telling me that's the face of the company right now because of the Roman void, Roman Reigns has created that void, and Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, they're the faces of the company. This is a perfect time to really challenge the men's division and put some new stuff out there, because I think it's the exact injection it needs. Nobody wants to see Brock Lesnar. Braun Strowman's not the guy. I'm telling you, he's just not. I know some people still think he is. I don't care. He's just not the guy. He doesn't do enough. He's got one note, and that's it. And it's
not right now. He's not the guy.
He's just boring. No. I just find him boring. He's fun. I like him, but he's, I did it. Here's your car, Kevin. Ha ha ha. Braun Strowman laughs here. Ha ha ha. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just not there yet. He's a work in progress still.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see Bray Wyatt come back at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's my one guy. I'd like to see him pop up there. I would also like to see broken Matt Hardy.
Because he was recently cleared, yeah. So.
Well, woken Matt Hardy. Whatever. Matt Hardy.
Whatever, yeah.
Bewoken.
Wobroken?
Didn't you live in Woboken? Super expensive there.
God.
It's so trendy though to live in Woboken. It's a small part of Hoboken, right outside of the city, outside of the city.
Yeah.
And only 3 people live there. It's super cool though. Super trendy. And it's $8,000 a month for a studio apartment in Woboken. I feel like
it's this rhombus-shaped square of 4 blocks.
Well, it's like those things like, those Brooklyn neighborhoods that like, or those New York neighborhoods like
Dumbo, basically.
NoHo, or like it's Woboken. It's totally a fake neighborhood. It's gentrified like South Park would have been. So, look, overall, anyway. This is shaping up to be a great weekend of wrestling. I'm super psyched about it. I know you are too. I can't wait to come in next week and do the show. I'm going to try to have the kids come on because everyone likes 1, 2, 3 kids. I'm going to get their take on the Royal Rumble too. I'll try to record that with them and get a little piece of that audio for the next show, and we'll do a little of that. We got our 50th anniversary episode coming too.
Anniversary?
Yeah, 50 years.
Damn.
Tim Heaney. Man, we look good. Our 50th episode coming up soon, so we're going to do a fun little thing. We got Nate Bush coming on for that, so that's going to be a good time. So here we are. We're right on the precipice. Now, look, if you love the show, tweet, share, subscribe, review, rate us. Tell everybody this is the best damn wrestling show in the history of the planet, because it is, right? Or the universe, as I like to say. Follow us on Twitter at InThisRing, at Joe Pisapia17, at Tim_Heaney. Check out all the great content at inthisleague.com, where we are. And again, you can listen to us iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, SoundCloud, everything. We are there. And go mention us on the Patreon ITL Army page as well, because we're all over that piece. That'll do it for us. Try not to get eliminated this weekend. And there's only one thing left to do, Tim Heaney, and that's remind everybody, to be the men, you gotta beat the men, and we are the men.
I am the man.
Woo! 3, 2, 1.